Hey Smart Cocoon family, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to share some tips about dealing with the Infinity Tarp zipper when it's brand new. Because yes, it is tight, it's manufactured that way. After you use it a few times, it does loosen up, and I'm going to show you that with the used unit shortly. In the meantime, let's first run through a couple of tips on dealing with the Infinity Tarp zipper when it is brand new and on the first initial uses. A couple of things to point out. First of all, the gap that's in here is necessary. It's manufactured that way intentional because the Infinity Tarp giving you the option of being able to enclose it long and skinny or short and wide. You're folding it over, and that is necessary. It has to be there. Another thing to point out is that the zipper handle on the inside, make sure it's trailing. You don't want it leaning forward. This happens, and that's why I'm sharing it. You don't want it leaning forward like that and it getting inside the watershed flap on the opposite side, and while you're trying to pull it, it'll bind. So make sure that that's trailing. And finally, I noticed that with the waterproof zippers, sometimes you're wondering what's going on there. It's made that way, and just be sure that it's propped up like that for the open position. So, initial closing when you fold it over, fold the watershed flap out of the way. Okay, and then go ahead and get the zipper started like you would any zipper. Okay, and so that's started. Then be sure you're going to bring the watershed flap out and over and push. Just be sure that's all the way back in there like that, and covering the hole that's remaining in there. That's the purpose of the Velcro. So just fold that down in there, nice and neat. However, and that's the purpose of the Velcro there, to be sure that that's all cut off, so no bugs and water and stuff going through there. Then, as we mentioned, be sure that the zipper handle on the inside, which there's two of them because this is reversible. You can use it with black side out or orange, safety orange. So anyway, I'm going to assume that this one would bind. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And if that being the case, just wet the rubber covering over the zipper. And this is only for the first couple times, or if you're dealing with it binding while you're trying to zip it closed, just wet that a little bit, and it flows nicely. And again, being sure that the handle on the inside is trailing. I just got lucky there that it didn't bind going the other way, and sometimes it works fine. Be sure that that's trailing. And also, look at this scenario here where it's possible for the watershed flap to get hooked under there. All right, you don't want that, and so therefore you'll just be sure that your fingers are holding it open, out of the way. While you're okay, so here's obviously a used unit, been using it, a number of times, and none of this has been wet down, and it definitely, see, it flows much nicer, and that's what's going to happen with all of them. All right, thank you very much. So if you have any additional questions, you can call me directly at 314-971-9785, and we can walk through any challenges you may be noticing.